one of the highest grossing action movie franchises of all time.
Let's go for a little ride.
Before kicking some serious ass as Riddick, Xander Cage, Dom Toretto, and a big tree named Groot. Before earning $47 million in 2015 alone, before locking down model Paloma Jimenez. I hope the pronunciation of that was correct, that's something I've been working on. Before photos of Vin Diesel topless would make hashtag ManBod go viral. Before Vin Diesel would pay tribute to his best friend Paul Walker at the MTV Movie Awards.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
Before he proved that bald is beautiful.
Vin, I love you. I love you, Vin.
Vin Diesel, or Mark Sinclair as his single mama calls him, well, he was born with his twin brother out in California. His mother then got married to a man who lived out in New York, and this guy was not only an acting coach but a stage manager. Now that isn't how Vin Diesel got into the business. He actually broke into a theater, and then to reprimand him, they made him rehearse. Vin decided to go on to higher learning where he enrolled at Hunter College, but eventually he dropped out and moved to LA where he was going to become an actor. But things didn't go so smoothly. That's when he had to move back to New York to Mama's house, and there he would write and produce and direct his own films. His short film Multifacial went to the Cannes Film Festival and it got some attention from Steven Spielberg, which led Vin Diesel to be cast in Saving Private Ryan. After that, the doors to Hollywood, well, they were blown open, and in 2 short years he would play an Iron Giant, he would play a slick stockbroker in Boiler Room, as well as Riddick in Pitch Black, and we all know what came after that. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Vin Diesel prior to fame, here for you on Before They Were Famous. Now, you guys requested this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I also did Before They Were Dead on Paul Walker. If you like this one, you're probably gonna like that. Anyway, guys, let's get into this video. Vin Diesel was born Mark Sinclair in Alameda County, California on July 19th, 1967. That's right, this guy, he's almost 50. He was raised with his fraternal twin brother Paul by his mother Delora, an astrologer of English, German, and Scottish descent. Now the boys never knew their biological father. Vin has stated multiple times that he knows he was a man of ethnicity. He also went on to state that at the time of his birth, his mother and father's relationship, well, it would have been illegal in some states. Yeah, he's definitely pushing 50. Vin and his family moved to New York City shortly after his birth. His mother remarried Irving Vincent, and the boys took his last name. Irving was an actor and stage manager in the New York theater scene, but he is not the reason Vin became interested in acting. One day, Vin and his little gang, well, they decided to break into a theater so they could vandalize it. But that's when the owner caught them. Instead of calling the police, he decided to pay them money and give them scripts to get them to start rehearsing. And that's when life in the theater began for Vin Diesel, or Mark Sinclair. Growing up, he was an avid Dungeons & Dragons player. That's right, one of the biggest action stars on the planet. Well, he's an avid fan of D&D. He still is today.
I am Colder the Witch Hunter, the 800-year-old immortal.
Nerd alert!
You just made a big mistake.
When he wasn't acting, playing Dungeons & Dragons, or getting into trouble, he would spend his time breakdancing at iconic New York locations, including Columbus Circle and Washington Square Park. He was actually pretty good at breakdancing, and this led to his first on-camera gig. Now, while he was in his late teens, he began bulking up, and he decided to put all that muscle to good work and make some extra cash as a bouncer.
I was a bouncer so that I could have my days free to do theater.
Okay.
And the only thing you have to do when you're a bouncer is go to the gym.
People know that I was a bouncer, but the real reason I started bouncing was because I loved to dance.
But while he was in these busy nightclubs with the music blasting, the dancing man inside of him, it kept breaking out, and that would get him into a whole lot of trouble. He did want people to know that he was taking his job very seriously and he was a tough guy underneath it all, underneath the dance moves. That's when he decided to change his name. He shortened his last name Vincent to that of Vin and then added Diesel on the end, and one of the biggest action stars of the 21st century, well, he was born, or at least he had been named. After high school, Vin studied English at Hunter College in New York, but dropped out after 3 years to move to LA to become an actor. Unfortunately, things didn't work out as planned for young Vin Diesel. His first film role was that of an extra, and he was uncredited. You can see him in The Awakening starring Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Now those kind of jobs, they don't pay the bills. It was then he had to return to New York to live with his mother, and she provided him with a book on how someone can make their own films on a budget. That's when Vin got to work writing, producing, as well as directing his own short films. It all paid off in 1994 when he put together his short film Multifacial.
It's fine. Who's your agent?
Oh yeah, I forgot to write that down. I don't know which agent sent me up. My manager told me about it.
This short made its way to the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, there it impressed the likes of Steven Spielberg, who was working on a little project known as Saving Private Ryan, and he had the perfect job for Mark Sinclair, or Vin Diesel. Yeah, Vin Diesel. Soon after, Vin's unique deep voice caught the attention of Brad Bird, who was casting actors for his newest animated film, The Iron Giant. And to land this role, he beat out some serious talent, including James Earl Jones and Sean Connery, or Sean Connery. Can you imagine a giant with a Scottish accent? I can't.
And I didn't think the James Bond films would be around in the 90s either.
From there, the work kept rolling in for Vin Diesel, and he was cast in a whole lot of projects, including that of Riddick in Pitch Black, which came out in 2000. But the big one, it would come in 2001. Vin Diesel picked up his iconic role in Fast and the Furious, which would go on to give him a very lucrative career for at least the next 15 years. And while on the set of that film, well, he became real-life best friends with that of Paul Walker. So much so that he became the godfather to Paul Walker's daughter, Meadow Rain Walker, and named his third child Pauline, after his late co-star and best friend. Currently, Vin Diesel is working on the third installment of Triple X, and my brother-in-law, he actually works on that movie and says it's going to be totally kick-ass. So look forward to that. As for the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is before they're famous.
I'm Vin Diesel. Paul, look, if he see you like this, dog, he's gonna flip out, dog. You're doing too much right now. Diesel time. Diesel time!
My name is Michael McCrudden and I do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. I've done a whole bunch of actors in the past, including Tom Hardy, Leonardo DiCaprio, of course I did the late Paul Walker, Robin Williams. Be sure to browse around a lot of good videos and let me know in the comments down below who you want to hear about next. See you guys in another video. Bye.
I'll take the tits now for 800.